Why is nobody talking about one of the reasons why the British hate the Igbos so much? Before the Nigerian Biafran War, there was the British-Igbo War that lasted for 31 years, which is known as the Ekumeku Resistance. The agreement of the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885 gave the European nations the right to claim African lands and its resources. Britain, who had engaged in trade with the coastal cities before, made bold their intentions to claim all African resources to themselves and rule over all indigenous nations in Africa. Many tribes resisted the British invaders. This led to so many wars. Many African tribes put up a great war against the British powers. One of such tribes were the Igbo people of ancient Biafra, who are now one of the three major tribes of Nigeria. The Ekumeku movement consisted of great number of attacks and uprisings by the Anoma people against the British from 1893 to 1914. The Ekumeku warriors were bonded by secret oaths. They utilized the guerrilla tactics to attack the British Royal Company, who were determined to penetrate Igbo land. The Ekumeku warriors were drawn from thousands of Anioma youths from all parts of Anioma land. As the war rages on, the Ekumeku warriors defended their rights to live peacefully without foreign interjection. While the British used heavy weapons, they destroyed homes, farms and roads with heavy bombardment and bombarded Onitsha on November 2nd, 1897. This set the tempo for the rest of the war. They fought the Anioma people of Ibusa in 1898. The battle was so severe in Onwa Okuzu 1904 that the commander of the British Army, Crawford, demanded for more arms from the British headquarters to crush the western Anioma communities. The people of Onwa again in 1906 engaged the British Army in gruesome battle that claimed the life of a British commander. Ogwashiku also faced the British Army 2nd November 1909 and made the British sustain a heavy blow. There were many casualties and deaths. The Ekumeku became a formidable force in the Igbo land and was a great source of nationalism for the Anioma people. It also served as a uniting cord that held together various stands which were independent on each other in the past. The Igbo were Republican people. Each town had a leadership that was drawn from its oldest men and families. The war would have lasted longer, possibly ended in a British defeat, if the Anioma people had equivalent firepower and had more allies from other great Igbo kingdoms and towns. But even at that point, other tribes were also facing the British armies on their own. After almost 20 years of battle, they decided to strike with a very great force, and in December 1902, they sent a powerful expedition to Anioma Kingdom. Great number of towns were destroyed, civilians and soldiers were killed, their leaders arrested and imprisoned. After this, the British made sure that they had suppressed the Ekumeku military cult and that victory was theirs. The British officers boasted the Ekumeku and other secret societies have been completely crushed. To their greatest surprise, 2 years later, in 1904, the fearless Ekumeku rose again. The Igbos are proud and very strong people, and they cannot go down easily. When Ekumeku started their renewed campaign, they changed tactics and abandoned the guerrilla warfare style of 1989 for individual defense of each town. The last battle began in 1909. There was a succession dispute in Ogwashiku. The British tried to remove the rightful king and enthrone someone else. One of the heirs to the throne, Nzekwe, the son of the last Obi, noticed the plot of the British against him and went on a war with them to fight for his inheritance. This was one of the many wars fought by the Igbos against the British even before the Biafra Nigerian War.